box to avoid repeating numbers in the same column. In the second column, we have one missing number, which is 2. And in the first column or the third row, we have one missing number, which is 1. Final step is to check the columns, rows, and subgrids if there is any repeat. Number 8. First, we cut the pattern into 4 subgrids. Now, I look if there is any 3 numbers in a column, a row, or a 2 by 2 subgrid, but there is no 3 numbers. So you can start by row number 1. In row number 1, we have 2 numbers, 2 and 3. So the missing numbers are 1 and 3. To avoid repetition in column 4, we put 1 in the first box of row 1 and 4 in the fourth. Now, in the first subgrid, we have 3 numbers, 1, 2, and 3, so the missing number is 4. To continue in the same row, we have 2 missing numbers, 1 and 2. So I put 1 in the third box to avoid repetition and 2 in the fourth one. Now, in the same row, the fourth row, we have 3 numbers, so the missing number is 3. In column 3, we have a missing number, which is 2. In row 4, we have 3 numbers, 2, 3, and 4, so the missing number is 1. Now, in the same column, we have the missing number 4. In column 1, the missing number is 3. First, cut the pattern into 4 subgrids. Now, as we see, there is no 3 numbers in any column, any row, or any subgrid. So let's start by row number 1. We have 2 missing numbers, which are 1 and 4. So I put 4 in the first box and 1 in the fourth box to avoid repeating of numbers. Now in column 4, we have a missing number, which is 3. Now in subgrid related to row 1, 2, and column 3, 4, we have 3 numbers, 1, 2, and 4, so the missing number is 3. Stay in the same column, we have the missing number 4. Now in row number 2, we have 2 missing numbers, which are 1 and 2. So I put 2 in the first column to avoid the repetition of 1 in the first column, and I put 1 in the second box. In column 1, we have a missing number, which is 3. In row 3, we have 2 as a missing number. And in row 4, we have 4 as a missing number. After cutting the pattern into 4 subgrids, we notice that the subgrid related to row 3, 4 and column 3, 4 has 3 numbers. So the missing number is 3. Stay in the same row, we have 1 missing number, which is 1. In the third column, we have 3 numbers, so the missing number is 3. Now there are no more 3 numbers in the same column, same row, or same subgrid. So I'll do column number 4. I have 2 missing numbers, which are 2 and 4, but I put 2 in the first box and 4 in the second box to avoid the repetition of 4 in the first row. Now in the first row, we have a missing number, which is 1. In the second row, we have two missing numbers, which are 2 and 3. But I put 2 in the first column to avoid the repetition of 2 in the second column and 3 in the second box. Now, in column number 1, we have the missing number 3, and in column number 2, we have the missing number 4. In the third row, we have 3 numbers, so the missing number is 3. Now, in this subgrid where I write 3, I have a missing number which is 1. Now, there is just one missing number in the first column, which is 3. Now, in the fourth row, we have two missing numbers, which are 2 and 3. But I put 2 in the second box to avoid the repetition of 2 in the fourth column and 3 in the fourth box. Now, in the fourth column, I have a missing number 1. Now, in the second row, I have two missing numbers 1 and 4. But I put 1 in the second box and 4 in the third box to avoid the repetition of numbers. Now, in the second column, I have 2 as a missing number, and in the third row, I have 3 as a missing number. Now, in the subgrid related to the first and the second row, the third and the fourth columns, I have 4 as a missing number. Now, in the first row, I have 3 numbers, 1, 2, and 4, so the missing number is 3. In the fourth column, I have 3 numbers, 1, 2, 4, so the missing number is 3. Now, in row number 4, I have 2 missing numbers, 3 and 4, but I put 3 in the second box to avoid the repetition with 3 in the third column and 4 in the third box. Now, the missing number in row 3. Now, the missing number in column 3 is 2. Now, in the third row, I have 4 as a missing number. Now, in column 1, we have a missing number 1, and in the second column, I have a missing number 4.